Hey guys, welcome back to Jordan Channel. Today we're installing the front mount on the Speed 3. I'm excited. I've been waiting for this moment for like ever. We just started up the daily, so we're gonna take this out and bring the Speed up in here and install it. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and thank you for sticking around. So let's go ahead and bring the Speed 3 back up here, or should I say wide out, because that's what I call it now. And yeah, let's get to it. Alright guys, so today we want to go ahead and get started on this install, so I'm going to go ahead and get right to the point and start the install. So, pop open the hood, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to take off the front bumper on the Gen 2. Boom. I got my buddy here, my best friend Anthony. You guys seen him before. He's going to help me real quick to help make this install a little quicker. Alright guys, so to remove the bumper, you want to start off taking off this clip right here, this Phillips head. There's another clip right there, another one right there which we removed. You have another one right here, right there, and another Phillips head and another clip. And then after you do that, you're gonna have 3 clips right here on the side that are holding in your liner. Remove those 3 clips. I don't have mine anymore. I actually have them with a zip tie now. But yeah, just remove those 3 clips, and then I'll go ahead and show you what to do after that. Alright guys, so now that you have everything removed, you want to go ahead and just go right here. This pops out just like that. Pull it out. It should just unclip itself. It's clipped onto this bracket that's right here. So just pull it out on both sides. Just like so. And this should just come off just like so. Alright guys, so if you come over here, your fog light harness is going to be this wire right there. That's going to be connected. That's the only thing that's going to be preventing you from removing the bumper. So you just want to go ahead and just, to clip on, you just press it down, pops up just like so. Pop! Bumper should be right off. Alright guys, so in this step, it's self-explanatory. You're going to want to remove the 2 bolts on top for your shroud on the top mount. After that, these 3 bolts that you have, you're gonna have to take off this and loosen up the clamp here, loosen up the other clamp down here, and you're gonna end up using this this bypass valve, which if you should have, or a blow-off valve, and you're gonna be attaching this to the piping on the front mount. So let's go ahead and get that done and get to it. Alright guys, so while he's doing the top mount and removing that for me, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the crash bar. So you got these bolts here that you want to remove, and all 3 or 4 of these, I should say, are 14 mil. Now I recommend you guys using a breaker bar just like this one, so you can break loose the bolts, and it's easier for you guys. Or you can use an impact as well. Alright guys, and you're going to have a 10mm right here. Go ahead and take that off. As soon as you remove this center piece or center bolt, you're going to have this other 10mm as well. One right there on both sides. And then on the bottom here, you got to get to this bolt right there. So you want to remove this little plastic bracket. You got a 10mm there and a 10mm right there. And this should be, everything should be a 10mm as well. So let's get to that real quick. When you're taking off this little plastic bracket here, there's this little tab that sits right up in there. Now, we just didn't see that, and we just pulled it out. So you want to go ahead and just kind of pry a little tab out and then pop it off. It's just like a regular, you know, tab on in the engine bay or whatnot. Or you could just break it like we did, because honestly, it just bolts right up. So yeah, I just thought we should let you guys know. Now, one thing that I know about for sure, your ambient temp sensor, you're gonna have to relocate it. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this whole Fmic and see where the best possible location would be for it. I've seen people put it around this area, so I might do that. But again, I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a perspective here and see how it's gonna look after I have everything there, because we don't want this being blocked. So let's go ahead and take this off for now, and then put the new crash bar in and continue this video.
Like, fuck, dude. Make it pretty tight.
Alrighty guys, so we're basically done installing the crash bar, the JBR crash bar here. Now real quick, you're going to be using the first two here, the first two 10s, the stock bolts on the bottom and the top. You're going to be using the stock middle bolt for the hood latch support here. And then you're going to be using the two stock 14s here on this side, and then the two aftermarket ones that they supply for you. And you're going to be adding the spacer right there, and then the spacer in the center. And that should be basically it for the crash bar. And you want to set these to 45 foot-pounds. These are going to be about 12 foot-pounds. And yeah, let's go ahead and torque those down and continue the rest of the video. Alright guys, next comes the front mount. And this will be pretty self-explanatory. It should be plain and simple actually, and we're going to get to that in a second. But just admiring this just makes it look so sick. I can't wait. So you want to go ahead and from this step, you want to use the smaller bolt here that JBR provides on the crash bar. You're gonna have the lock washer with the bolt, and then the smaller hole is gonna be mated onto the intercooler. This top portion is gonna be onto the crash bar itself. And then you have these long bolts here that's going to be sliding right into this along with a nut. So let's go ahead and put this on there. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to go ahead and use a ratchet here, a little wrench on top, and then I'm going to use a ratchet on the bottom because it's going to be slipping. So it's going to be turning way too much than it should be. So you want to lock it down. Now you're gonna have to be really patient on this part. Alright guys, so we came across an issue with the piping. For one, so there's no threading onto the bypass location plate. So we gotta go get a nut. So I'm gonna try to go find a nut for the ones that I have already. So it should be a standard. So just keep in mind about that. Now we're having we had some issues with the piping, trying to figure out how it goes. and we'll go ahead and show you what else or how it should be laid out. Another issue that we want to point out is that the side couplers for the intercooler on the TR8, they're going to be a bit short. This one, it looks okay, but I'm just not comfortable with this, so we're going to go get some couplers for the intercooler. Other than that, the rest of the couplers and everything looks to be okay. This is the side that has a major gappage, so we're gonna go get a coupler for this side, and yeah, get this situated. Hey guys, welcome back to Jordy's channel. Well, this is actually the same video, but this is gonna be like a little part 2 because we ran into some issues, as I said before. So I ordered the couplers. I ended up ordering the couplers online, and it came in within like a week. So the reason why we ordered the couplers is because these are the ones that I was given, and as you can see, it's not even gonna hit the inside, and it's already hitting on this side. So what I ended up doing is I bought some of these from Torque Solutions. Now I'll put a link in the description below on where I bought these. You could see the length is significantly larger or longer. Alright guys, so let me go ahead and try to help you guys out on the piping, because there weren't any instructions on how to put it together. So first thing is first, there's a small coupler that they give you that's going to be a really tight fit that sits on the KO4. It'll be really tight, so go ahead and loosen up the clamp all the way, and it should slide right in. If you do have any issues and if it's tight with the clamp on there, just loosen up the clamp. As far as the piping, so there's one that's slightly longer than the other. So we figured that the shorter one's the one's going to be sitting right here right on top of the KO4 coupler and onto this side. And this is going to be the one that's going to be sitting straight down in there. Now we do have this coupler here that we're going to be using to connect this and this. So let me go ahead and put this together, and I'll show you how it's going to look. Alright guys, so this is how it should be. So you're going to have this like that, this coupler with the 2 clamps, and you're going to have this one coming down. Now keep in mind, you will be hitting the radiator right there. So you could actually try to have someone help you. It'd be beneficial. Help you move this thing down or towards you, so that you could go ahead and slide the coupler down there. You know, slide right on there. It shouldn't be bad when you're rubbing because it's a coupler. So, alright guys, so I'm gonna actually use heat wrap and wrap it around the piping. Again, I'll put this in the link in the description below so you can check it out. So let me go ahead and wrap it on there, and yeah. So there's some overlapping there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap all this, and then I'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, so I heat wrapped the whole thing. Came out pretty decent. Now they will give you this with a piping kit. Now this is going to be going right to the AC line. You may not have a foamy piece that sits right there. So if you don't, or if you do want to just add this on top, cut it in half. He told me to cut this in half and slide it up in here just like so, and then slide it down there where it hits the pipe, in case you were wondering about this piece. Alright guys, so I have this 90-degree piping going into the inside behind the radiator. So it's going to go right there. You're going to have to get a coupler, a 90-degree coupler that sits right there and going up. So it's going to be this one. So you're going to have it connected this way, and this should be going up, and this top portion should sit where it should go right inside to the piping that's coming all the way down. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do, since this one doesn't have any threading, they have 2 different holes for specific or whatever specific blow-off valve you're running, or bypass valve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a stud here with a washer on the one end, place it right in here just like so, and then as it's placed on the other side, put another washer and then a nut, so that should hold the bypass or blow-off valve into place. Alright guys, so you're gonna have this coupler right here. It's gonna be short, but it's gonna be straight. So this is gonna sit on the throttle body. This bypass valve or blow-off valve connection is gonna be sitting right there where the throttle body is at, and then you're gonna have that piping running along with this longer one, which is going to be coming around the radiator onto the front mount. So let me go ahead and put the clamps on there, bolt it all up, and hopefully it'll start. Alright guys, real quick, I ended up buying these online. Now I got them for a really good price, so I'll go ahead and put it down below. And the reason why I got this is because this is the one it comes with. Unfortunately, I didn't take into consideration that the ones they give you for the front mount that they make. Now I don't believe they have anything longer than this, or if they do, it might be a little bit more expensive than this one was. And I got this one, I believe this one was $16 per coupler. So you will need just 2 of these, and I'll put it down below for you guys. Now, just so I could demonstrate, slap this on. It's not even all the way in. And it's not even going to reach or go over the piping. So that is the reason why I got this one. Now this is the same layering as the original, and it'll be right in the money for you guys. So let's continue this install. Hey guys, so I finally finished the whole install. I've been driving it for a little bit and everything seems to be okay. There's some few issues that I will talk about here in a second, but let me go ahead and show you how everything looks. So we have the piping, everything's situated, clamps, everything's good. You got this right here coming out, everything's clamped down. Same as this side. Here's the throttle body coupler to the piping, to the bypass valve flange, going all the way down over here. Hey guys, so real quick, I'm just gonna start with the cons. A few issues that we ended up encountering was that the 2 front couplers, I never took into consideration that they were gonna be short, because those are made for that specific company's front mount and not for the TR8. Another issue was that the flange for the bypass valve or the blow-off valve weren't threaded. I thought they would be threaded, but it's just me thinking that. But in fact, they weren't. So I just ended up getting little bolts in the nut, and I used that, and those worked flawlessly. Other than that, that's about the main issue that was with the piping kit. And yeah, the front mount, everything else was perfect. The crash bar, perfect. It aligned and it just bolted right up with no issues. What I really liked about that was that you mainly use the stock bolts that's already on the vehicle, and the only other 4 that you use are the aftermarket ones, which is pretty cool. Everything else is actually checking in okay. The front mount is amazing. I'm just gonna put that out there, and I'm not being biased or anything. I'm just being honest. It literally cools down the car or the boost temperature a lot faster than it did with the stock mount, the stock mount. Yeah, I did have a stock mount still, but I wanted to wait for the front mount because I didn't want to waste money. So the way I look at it is that I don't want to waste money on buying a top mount and then I want to go to front mount and yada yada. So that's why I didn't get an upgraded top mount. And one reason why I got the front mount is because I have other plans for the car in the future. So I'd rather buy that now than buy a top mount and then need to buy that later on. Other than that, everything bolted up fine. Everything's working really good. Oh, one other thing is that the shift plate or the shift weight on the shifter, it'll hit the piping. So what you're gonna want to do is just go ahead and cut the end piece of the weight, or you could remove it. But what I did for temporarily is I just ended up just taking one bolt off and just shifting the weight a little bit. Now it might be a little hard in second, but it'll still run fine. And that's about it. How much will you be spending on this is probably your question. So I did a little math here. So it's for the crash bar, it's $235 because I got everything brand new. So the crash bar is going to be about $235, and then the front mount is $254 with 3 cents, and then the piping. Now the pipe is going to be a little weird. So the piping, I actually went into the warehouse where it's located, and I bought it from there, and I got it for $200. And I'm not sure if it's different pricing if you actually walk in and buy it than versus, you know, online, which I'm assuming it will be. But yeah, so the piping is gonna be a little bit different on the pricing. So I got it for $200, and online they have a piping kit that's for this, with actually, and they actually include the longer couplers for you guys. So it might be around, like, I already looked it up, it's $299.95. so you're looking around $789.04 in reality. But other than that, I ended up probably going around, it was $200 for the piping for me, and then I spent like $32 on the other two couplers that I needed, which were those two long ones that I mentioned in the video. And the only difference here is that for my budget it was 400 or 721 with 4 cents. And then if you guys are out of state or in another state, same thing. You'll probably be looking around 789 with 4 cents. And in my opinion, it's still a decent price for the other competitors out there, or other front mount kits that they sell out there, because I've seen most of the other ones around 1,000 and up, and that's about mainly it. And this is only the main reason why I got this, why I got this type of a budget build, is because it does the job, it gets the job done. And this front mount is, I guess it's rated at 500 horses, so it could handle around there and still keep it nice and cool, and everything else just bolts it up right, you know, nicely. In my opinion, it might be too much for you, or, you know, in your budget, but to be honest with you, I saved money. So that's why it took me a long time to make a new video for this particular category. So I saved money for about 3 months now, and I finally had enough to buy the whole thing. But I actually bought it, I bought one piece 1 month, and then I bought another piece another month, and then I bought the last piece then another month. And if you follow me on Snapchat, I'll go ahead and put my Snapchat right here. Right here. If you follow me on Snapchat, I always do like behind the scenes and then upcoming videos, and I show like what I get for the next video or whatnot. And if you want to check that out, just go ahead and add me. And if you have any questions, I have people asking me questions on Snapchat, and I'm always happy, and I'm always willing to help you guys out with whatever knowledge I have. And yeah, just add me on Snapchat. Follow me on Instagram if you want. And you could ask me questions there. And if you're from Cali, and you need help work done to your car, just DM me on Instagram or on Snapchat, and I'm more than willing to come by. Or also if you have any questions in general. But yeah, that's the main reason why I got this is just, it's a budget buy, works great, boost temps are incredibly decreased, and yeah, you'll be happy. And then it gives the car a nice aggressive look. I do have my the stock grill still on there, but I'm still a little iffy if I want to get rid of it or not. I've been thinking about something different, so we'll see about that. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys are having a great day. Have a wonderful day today, and be blessed to be here, and be happy. Thank you for watching. Georgie out.